The point I want to cover is where are we with the partnership. There's lots of different rumors out there. I'll tell you that the partnership started with the countries in the circle. All those countries today are still in the circle. Some of them have had some modifications of their program of record, but all of them are on track to buy the airplane. I'll just walk around it in sort of clockwise order. In the United States, we're still seeing very strong support from the Secretary of Defense, very strong support in Congress. Our 5th production lot of 42 airplanes is going through the congressional review cycle right now. 2 of the 4 committees that have acted on it have fully funded the President's budget and fully funded the number of airplanes. In the UK, going through a strategic defense review, recently had an election, got some new senior decision makers in place. We'll be meeting with them this week here in the US to talk about the program here, but it's on track and obviously tied to the new ship development that's going on. And the Netherlands has been in the media quite a bit lately about whether or not they're going to participate in operational tests. That's a final decision that will be taken when their new government gets finally in place and the decision makers in the Ministry of Defense get nominated. They're not named at the moment. But not an issue of continuing with the program, just a secondary issue on do we participate in operational tests or not. Currently in the process of building 2 Air Force version airplanes for the Royal Dutch Air Force now to conduct that test. If you walk in our factory, you can see those airplanes being built. I neglected to say that there's 3 STOL airplanes being built today for the UK. And again, if you walk in our factory, you can see their airplanes being built. Denmark announced a delay in their decision. They'll be moving out now to probably the 8th low-rate initial production lot. Still in the program, still very much involved with the ongoing processes. Norway's parliament endorsed the program in October of last year. They actually increased the number slightly from 48 to 56. Again, most of our activity there is focused on implementing the industrial relationships that are part of that project. You may have seen the recent press release or the announcement in Italy. We are proceeding on with the plan to have a second final assembly and checkout facility that we'll construct. We'll do final assembly of the Italian and Dutch jets. Turkey, on track for 100 airplanes on their program of record. That could go up slightly. Australia approved last year their first buy of 14 airplanes. In about 2 years, they'll go forward and seek approval for their second batch of 59 airplanes. And Friday this past week, Canada announced that the government has selected the F-35 as their selection for the next generation fighter capability. So the partnership continues to make decisions that are influential and required to move on to the next level of participation. About this time next year, 3 or 4 of these countries will actually be signing contracts with the U.S. government to ensure that their airplanes are in the 6th production lot. Across the bottom, we see the next batch of countries that are sort of next in line. Again, having discussions with the government-to-government activities. First on the list is Israel. They have been delivered what's called a letter of agreement. They are going through that right now. We're hoping to hear back from them in the next month or so, and that will start the Israeli program. Singapore, just behind them, Japan and South Korea, those 4 are sort of the emerging customer set. Again, this is all government to government. Lockheed Martin is not in the forefront of doing commercial sales to this airplane. This is government to government agreements on participating with this level of technology. The remaining European countries you see there, which is Greece, Spain, Finland, and Belgium, are all operating frontline U.S. airplanes today, either F-16 or F-18. They are all in line at some point to be part of the F-35 program, although the timing for those is not certain yet with the economic situation going on in Europe. Okay, so that's the current partnership as we see it. And again, it's still tracking towards the same coalition vision that was envisioned when the program was put together. Probably worth mentioning that that vision includes more than just a military relationship. It's also very much the economic and industrial partnership that underpins it. With that, as an update, kind of progress on the program, I'd like to reserve the remaining time for questions and answers.